Then a cloud came, casting a shadow over them. And from the cloud came a voice, "This is my beloved Son. Listen to him." Suddenly looking around, they no longer saw anyone but Jesus alone with them. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Something I love about this Gospel is the place to which it brings us. And I don't mean to the top of Mount Tabor.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord.
Your sons and daughters.
Open the eyes of my heart.
In the Gospel, they climb the mountain. But the message of the Transfiguration brings us not so much up and away and apart from, but rather draws us near, up close to, even within a reality we often ignore, a light we sometimes turn away from, a voice whose word we often miss in the noise of our daily lives. This is my body, which will be given up for you. The reality I easily miss or ignore isn't resting on a mountaintop. Rather, it lives and breathes in my soul. It enlightens my mind, and it pulses in my heart. It is the reality of God's presence in my life.
I want to see you.
When Jesus is transfigured before Peter, John, and James, the fullness, the brightness of his divinity permeates his humanity, and they are invited to see with their own eyes what we're invited to see with the eyes of our hearts, to see the everlasting beauty and light, the very glory of God revealed in Jesus.
To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory.
Jesus is transfigured precisely so that we can see him, so we can pay attention to him as he is, so we can see the whole of who he is, God and man, human and divine. He is transfigured precisely so that we will pay attention to who he is in our minds and our thoughts, in our hearts, in our souls, in our lives.
Pour out your power and love as we sing, holy, holy, holy.
Takes away the sins of the world. But how will we see him? We won't see him with the eyes with which we see each other, but rather we will see him with the eyes of our hearts. With the eyes of our hearts, we can see more than our own two eyes can see. With the eyes of our heart, we can see through the curtain veiling the divinity in each one of us.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord.
What we might need to do, however, is to pray, to ask the Lord to open the eyes of our hearts.
Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you.
I want to see you transfigured in my neighbors, especially the ones, Lord, the ones I don't like. I want to see you transfigured, Jesus, in all the stories on the 6 o'clock news. I want to see you, Jesus, transfigured in the lives and the travels of immigrants. I want to see you transfigured in the homeless, in the hungry, in street people who beg for my spare change. I want to see you transfigured on the steps of the Capitol building on January 6th. I want to see where you were, Jesus. I want to see you transfigured, Jesus, in the lives of all those who are different from me. I want to see you transfigured in the people who are in prison. I want to see you transfigured, Jesus, in anyone I think is helpless, hopeless, beyond the claim of my love. Open the eyes of my heart and let me see you transfigured in people, in places and situations where I never expected to find you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord, because although I believe, I often forget that you are everywhere. You live in everyone. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory.